to starting this whole study abroad journey, everybody that I had a conversation with was either telling me, "Oh, you'll not be able to secure fully funded scholarships to go study in the US as an international student. You'll not even be able to get a date to go for your visa interview." Well, that one I even fell for it, Tama. Like I was even thinking of going for my visa interview. This is not the America that people were saying will not be able to go and study there as an international. Everybody has something to say about the situation, though. But if you don't make that move for yourself, hey, you will not know the entirety of everything. Be on it always and ever. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Hetty. I'm currently an international student here. And for today's video, I want us to talk about preconceived notions or assumptions about studying abroad. And honestly, I was once a victim. And if you watched my previous video about scholarships, I'll put the link to that video in the description box. You hear me tell a story of when a friend told me that there was absolutely no school in the US that would give me a fully funded scholarship to study abroad. And I fell for it to some extent, but I ended up taking a leap of faith, and here I am to talk to you about assumptions and notions. Like, look at the irony of life. Anyways, I always say that studying abroad is hard, but then it's also easy. Let me explain. Let's look at this scenario where you want to get into a business venture, and let's use real estate. You don't just get up and say you want to do real estate. Obviously, you need to have a reason why you want to get into real estate. There should be a motive behind your decision, because that is what will drive you to actually see this come to a successful end. And the same thing applies to studying abroad. You don't just get up and say you want to study abroad and then it just happens overnight, like just like that. No, if your reason for studying abroad is because like everybody's going abroad to study, so I also want to go, like you'd end up feeding on some of the preconceived notions, such as it is tedious, it is difficult, I'll be able to secure a fully funded scholarship, it's not possible, I have bad grades, and then at the end of the day, they don't even start the process in the first place. But if you have a drive, which is like a reason for wanting to study abroad, like you have an end goal or there's something you want to do in life that you believe that studying abroad is going to play a role in that, then that will be your drive to actually seeing this to a successful end, because it's a bit tedious, but it is doable. Now, let's go back to the real estate scenario that I gave. After deciding that this is your reason for wanting to do it, now you need to do the underground works. Underground work includes like reading on people who have been successful in that field. That is, getting to know real estate moguls, how they did it. Was it like some short courses? Did they have to go study outside their home countries? Did they have to do something extra to help them get to where they are now? And based on that, you have an overview of what to anticipate in getting into that field and what you can do to also be successful in that field. The same thing applying it to studying abroad is that you also need to do the underground work. And fortunately for studying abroad, you have so many tools available to you. And talking about tools, I'm going to start with YouTube channels, which includes mine, of course. But you have like a whole bunch of YouTube channels of people who have shared first-hand experience on how they started, how the process began for them, each and every step of the way to where they are right now. And you also have like the Fred Effect channel, where they actually has like one-on-one sessions with people who are able to share their experiences irrespective of their home countries on how it started, the process, and even talk about the program and the schools they are in, so you're able to take notes and have an overview of like what to expect. And then there's also one other channel like Shilake Vanderpoy. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel in the description box, because she went for a visa interview in another country. So in an ideal situation where you find yourself like her, so you'll be able to know how to go about it and what to anticipate, the cost, accommodation, and how it worked for her and how it would also be for you should you find yourself in it. Not only have you made the decision on wanting to study abroad, but now you have done some underground works by watching these YouTube channels and getting to have an understanding or an overview of what the whole study abroad journey is like, where to start from, what to do next, and what to do even in the waiting process, all the way through to your visa interview till you're able to get into the country to go study the program of your choice in the school that you're looking to attend. After you've had an overview of how the whole study abroad journey is, now you can decide to yourself that you're going to put in the work. And by putting in the work, now you're going to research and decide on the program of choice. And even with the program of choice, because you've had different perspectives, now you can decide whether if you're able to study science, having a general arts background, because from there you've been able to hear people say, oh, I read hospitality management, but I'm currently doing a master's in communication studies. So now you know it's possible. However, the question that you would have to prepare yourself for, which might be asked at the visa interview, is why are you moving from this program to go study this? Meanwhile, you have a background in that. And all because you've done your underground work and you've researched. So now you've prepped yourself well enough to give a reason when you're being asked such a question. This process is very seamless if you have a motive behind why you want to study abroad. And I say this because if you're just like, I want to study abroad because I want to study abroad, you end up sticking to all these preconceived notions and not make a conscious effort for it. All in all, just to say that everybody has different ideologies or perspectives about studying abroad, and it's all based on their personal experiences or experiences of people close to them that you've heard about. But sit down, put in the work for yourself, research, get to know what it entails, and decide for yourself if this is what I want to do. Then make efficient use of all the tools you have available to you, which includes all the YouTube channels. And you see yourself in some few weeks, months, and years to come, not even remembering the sleepless nights, the hard work you had to put in to get to where you are. This same friend who told me I'll be able to secure a fully funded scholarship to study in the US is actually now in the US studying a master's program of her choice with a fully funded scholarship. So that should tell you, like, don't stick to hearsay and other people's experiences. Do that for yourself. Get the work out there. You be so gaga and how far you. Let me know in the comment section what were some of the preconceived notions or assumptions that you had about studying abroad. I'm really interested in hearing like some of the things that you heard before embarking on this journey. But I'll be on it always, always.